Maybe some of the more attentive viewers might have noticed, but we've recently replaced all our writing staff with robots. As such, grammar mistakes are way down, the amount of segments written are way up, but jokes are still as mediocre as ever.
Welcome back, I'm Grace Swanke.
And I'm Sammy Schwartz, and today we're going to be looking into the future of pop culture. Lately, we've all heard the buzz about the metaverse, but what is it exactly? Eric Ravenscraft, veteran technology writer for Wired, wrote, "It's been months since Facebook announced its rebranding to Meta and would focus its future on the upcoming metaverse. In the time since, what the term means hasn't gotten any clearer. But the metaverse for dummies, it's essentially the combination of virtual reality and mixed reality that allows people to have real-time conversations, interactions, and experiences."
So what could all of this mean for the future of social media? One of the biggest changes could be the experience of immersion. The metaverse uses extended reality, which is the combination of virtual reality and augmented reality. This just means that rather than experiencing social media in a 2D form, like scrolling through a curated algorithm, we could really feel like we're with the people because of the immersive experience. If you want to know more, just ask Blippi.
And now back to the present real quick. Here's your rapid-fire headlines.
Taylor Swift's new album, Midnight, spends its fourth week at #1 on the Billboard 200.
Black Friday online sales hit a record of $9 billion.
And Merriam-Webster announced gaslighting as the 2022 word of the year.
That's all we have for you today. Just make sure you join us next time.
The future really is right around the corner, especially if you're talking about Boston Dynamics. This tech company has produced viral videos of robots with extreme capabilities that some say are frightening. Haven't they learned anything from movies such as 2001, I, Robot, Ex Machina, and even WALL-E? Well, the company issued a statement pledging an ethical approach to mobile robots. An example of this is their robot Spot, who is normally used with the intention of keeping humans out of harm's way by performing routine inspections around combustible materials and even checking for gas leaks. But another video made by a group of VFX artists shows us another perspective on what coexisting with these machines might look like in the future. Bosstown Dynamics made a video starring an extremely similar but completely fake robot made with a mocap suit and a lot of movie magic. But reality may not be far off. The real robotics company also opposed makeshift efforts to weaponize commercially available robots in their statement. To back this up, they filed a lawsuit against a similar company for plagiarizing their design and using it for homeland defense. Now, I'm not a betting man, but if I had to, I would go with the company that has the US military in their back pocket, just in case. After all, it looks like the weaponization of humanoid machines is a lot closer than we think.
Hello. I may look human to you, but thanks to the College of Innovation and Design, Blippi isn't the only robot on the show now. In order to best imitate the flesh person I've replaced, I've downloaded my new personality from the internet. And now I really like feet.
Every week I live for swing dance night.
Yeah.
It is my oasis in the urban jungle.
Throughout history, dance has evolved and continues to change with each generation. But for this group, they keep it old school with swing and line dancing. Today, I intend to find out what makes these slick moves stand the test of time on this quite literal episode of Boots on the Ground. My first steps was to grab a swinging partner and lead them with some flashy moves. It was much easier than I expected, but things got a bit challenging. I needed pointers on how to lead.
They have to be like aggressive, but not too aggressive. Like you have to know what they want you to do, you know, but they can't like rip your arms off.
The most advanced move I know is a move I dropped a girl on, and I refuse to do it from now on.
After those pointers, I felt a little too confident myself.
I've never dropped a girl ever.
This is only your second time going.
I hit the gym. You heard it there. I'm pretty good.
10 out of 10.
Wow, it's the first time anyone's ever said that to me.
Just when I thought the vibes were great, disaster struck.
They want to boot us out of the building because we're being too loud.
Who wants to go outside and do
But these dancers had a different idea.
We find a place to dance wherever it is, rain, snow.
Dancing out in the rain was a first for me, but it helped me realize what this club was about.
Everybody's happy when they do it.
That's fair.
It brings communities together to enjoy the simplicities of life through dance.
For me, this is like one of the only types of dancing that's like easy enough for me to do. So it just gives you that sense of like excitement once you get like a good dance down. So.
While I made some good moves, I was not perfect, but at the end of the day, everyone is there to learn and have fun. Thus, swing and line dancing is timeless, and it will certainly hold true in the future. And when that future comes, you'll be sure to see my boots on that ground.
Hey guys, welcome back to Blippi's Bites. Today, Blippi's going to give us some insight on the future. So Blippy, what do you think the future is going to look like?
Well, my ideal vision of the future would be a world where I could make it out of this place, but we haven't exactly made a ton of progress on that.
Have to save the singularity for another day then, huh?
Well, I've been thinking about it. Maybe I've been trying too hard to get myself into reality, so instead, why not bring a piece of reality in here? After all, the whole goal of the metaverse was to create something parallel to reality. So here's my first step. Ta-da! My own little version of the 360 studio.
Wow, Blippy, that's really cool. Why is everything chrome?
Well, everything's chrome in the future. Now I just need to get some people in here. You wouldn't be opposed to, I don't know, maybe stopping by sometime? Granted, we'd have to turn your brain into computer code, so...
Well, that's all the time we have for Blippi's Bites. We'll send it to the next segment. That's all from Blippy here in the Metaverse.
Hello, and welcome to this Love Shack lesson. There's a new word on the rise in the love realm, and it's called Riz. Have you guys heard of Riz?
I've heard some whispers.
I've not heard anything about Riz.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, don't worry. We will teach you right now.
Okay,
you got some notes?
I got my pen and paper right here. Good thing I always
Perfect.
keep
All
this
right.
on me,
Well,
yeah.
want to tell us what the definition of love?
Well, how do I spell it?
Riz.
How do I spell Riz?
R-I-double-Z.
Double Z. Don't forget the double Z.
Okay, double Z. Got you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So it is another word for spitting game or how good you are with pulling and sustaining hose.
And sustaining.
Sustaining a house. Okay.
Got it.
Two-part.
Okay.
So, like, for example, when you're, like, downtown at a bar, you see someone, you know, the eye contact, you know, that's the starting Riz.
Okay.
You start spitting some game, going back and forth. Maybe they even go home with you at the end of the night. Dub Riz.
Okay, is that like dub Riz or
Oh.
like double Riz, like two, or could there be like triple Riz, or like quadruple Riz?
Okay, just up. Just up.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, just
keep it
dub Riz.
simple.
Dub Riz. Okay.
He's got no Riz.
Dub Riz. Okay.
We got Riz.
I think I got
Oh,
it,
sure, we
guys.
got
I think I got it.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
we'll
the
come
time
back
we
to
have for today. Tune in next time on The Love Shack.
On today's futuristic episode of Live and On Demand, I've got a detailed list of my opinions on what the future will look like. In the future, cell phones will live up to their name and be powered by their own mitochondria. In the future, thanks to global warming, future editions of classic sci-fi novel Fahrenheit 451 will be retitled to Just a Mild Summer Day. In the future, scientists will figure out that antibiotic-resistant superbugs will choke on microplastics in human blood and just kind of cancel each other out. Go figure. Bram, you want to give it a try?
In the future, I want to have kids, but I just got this letter saying that the vasectomy gnomes have very different plans for me.
Shoot, I'd better check the mail when I get home. In the future, popular music will consist of rancid, guttural animal screeches. Either that or my debut album will be received very poorly. In the future, due to overpopulation, kids' meals at restaurants will finally include the one ingredient their name has advertised for so long. What a bright future it's going to be, isn't it?
is crazy to think how much the game of basketball has changed in just 7 years. I wonder what it's going to be like in the next 7 years. Well, wonder no more. On this episode of Key Sports Focus, we will examine the changes of the game in the NBA in the last 7 years and what the game could move to in the future. Back in the early 2010s, the game largely had not changed that much from the previous 20 years. The game focused around strong big men like Dwight Howard down in the post who could score in the post and defend at a high level. And teams would have to focus their offense and defensive strategies around that. To gain an understanding of how long ago that era of basketball was, the Lakers were actually a consistent playoff team. In 2015, though, was when everything changed. The Warriors introduced a small ball shooting lineup, which revolutionized the game of basketball and ushered in a new era of thinking. The Warriors focused on spacing, three-point shooting, and switching on defense. The results were immediate: 6 NBA Finals trips in 7 years and 4 NBA championships, and having the entire league attempt to replicate the blueprint of the Warriors. This current era, though, has been showing that it could be ready to evolve again, although maybe not in as significant a way as the small ball shooting lineups took the league by storm. But I believe that the league is about to make a switch to big men who become the point guards. This is where the future of the game is headed, with guys that are at least 6'7", like in matchup nightmares on both sides of the court, like Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and top French player Victor Wembanyama, all fitting this bill as tall ball handlers who prove to be matchup nightmares. These players have an elite ability to create not only for themselves, but for their teammates on the ball, causing nightmares to any team trying to stop them. That's all we have, though, for projecting the future style of the NBA, and now we go back to the future programming.
Remember, kids, the future is scary and unforgiving, and growing up is a scam.
As we approach the new millennium, all of our most up-to-date viewers will surely be aware of the greatest threat to modern civilization thus far, the so-called Y2K bug. While many people have heard this name as the new harbinger of the technological apocalypse, even more are uncertain about the terrors this future will bring. As the aforementioned name suggests, the Y2K bug is a computer bug, or rather several million computer bugs. As such, the best way to combat their potentially world-ending effects would be to A, turn off your computer so the bugs have no electricity to feed off of, or B, take the tried and true chemical route. The first option is the simplest, but it would mean losing your electronic mail, computer games, or worst of all, tax filing software. Therefore, the US government has rolled out an equally effective solution by providing every household with a gallon of DDT, the life-saving space-age pesticide. Regardless of which solution you choose, dear viewer, if the Y2K bugs aren't stopped, they will run rampant, devouring the nation's electricity. Godspeed, America.
Treasure Valley Community Television, Southwest Idaho's public access television.
Floundering futuristically towards your screen, it's me, Samuel Coogan, the State Line Stallion, here with another rollicking episode of the Flashback Zone, the show where we take a look back at years past in the university television catalog. And folks, welcome to the year 2053. It's good to be back in my home year again. Using futuristic satellite television technology, we are simulcasting to every year in recorded history. If you're coming at us from 1971, give D.B. Cooper a hearty hello from his old pal Sammy. And if you're one of our esteemed 2022 viewers, how's the Riz going? Now, for some of you, this tape might not be a flash back, but a flash forward, as it comes to us from the year 2038. A memorable year to be sure, with the 2020s revival in full swing. Let's take a look. Oh boy. For some of our more recent viewers, you'll surely recognize that site. And if you're from the years 2037 and earlier, just don't worry about it yet. For university television and our parent company Skynet, I've been Samuel Coogan, the State Line Stallion. I'll catch you on season 63 of the Flashback Zone.